What's up, Torrance? Get jacked up for another 2015 summer edition of the Sports Desk. Today we're kicking it at BEA beautiful Torrance Beach, all for a good cause. We'll tell you more about this surf craze event coming up right now. Hey everyone, it's your favorite man wearing makeup. I'm your host, Collin Kushner. Don't forget to hit me up on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram all summer long. We'll give you some TV love right here on the show. So we've been promoting Surfing for a Cure now for quite some time, and guess what? The big day is finally here, the 4th annual Surfing for a Cure Surf Relay at Torrance Beach. Surfers and non like myself all coming together to help raise money to fight pediatric cancer. To kick things off, I chatted it up with one of the main dudes who got this event started.
Brendan Simmons has been a surfer his entire life, but the saltwater-obsessed Simmons wasn't always riding the beautiful South Bay waves. The New York native began surfing at Rockaway Beach in New York, and at just 12 years old, moved to California. For most kids, moving is a drag, but for Simmons, he couldn't have been happier.
When I moved to California, I was really excited to get here and just get surfing nonstop, because from New York you always think, oh wow, California, that's like the mecca of surfing. You're not even thinking Hawaii at that point. You're thinking get to California, then Hawaii, kind of progress on and on.
As the years passed, Brendan continued to surf, and well, surf. He even began surf traveling, cruising some of the most iconic waves in the world.
Once I was about 18 or 19 years old, I started surfing probably 4 to 6 days a week, and I could really feel my surfing start progressing. And once I started getting to a certain level, I was like, okay, what's next? Where can I travel? And I had a friend saying, okay, let's go to Costa Rica. So moved on to Costa Rica to surf for a month or so. Then came back and I just felt my surfing progress, and I said, okay, now I need to find another spot to go surf around the world, and just started going various places.
You see, Brendan's life extends well beyond the Pacific Ocean. A few years ago, he started his own foundation called Everlasting Smiles, giving kids a chance to just be a normal kid while in the hospital. As Everlasting Smiles continued to grow, another foundation grew too, called The Young and the Brave. The two paired up, and together, Surfing for a Cure was born, giving a whole new spin on raising money for pediatric cancer research.
We thought it would be good to merge with them so we could reach a bigger market. So they already had a lot of Santa Barbara, Ventura, and we had a lot of LA. So by merging, we were able to reach that many more children and help that many more families in need. So it's really been a great partnership.
And that partnership has raised thousands of dollars for pediatric cancer research. His love for surfing emanates from his face. His passion for helping children in need can be seen and felt by all. And at the end of the day, you always know where you can find Brendan Simmons, cruising up the coast or going around the world to catch that next big wave.
We are joined by the man himself, Mr. Brendan Simmons. Brendan, what's up?
How great is this? Look at the turnout we have today. This is amazing.
Great turnout.
I appreciate it from everybody. This is just awesome.
Well, we thank you for having us out here. Obviously, it's the second year in a row we're doing the show here, so we always appreciate you letting us come on out.
Oh, definitely. Every time. Come out to the beach, everybody. Come out. How can you not look at it out? It's great. And for a cause like this, it's just awesome.
Absolutely amazing. Now, no thunder and lightning today, thank goodness.
Yeah, yesterday was a little sketchy, right?
Well, I was freaking out over the phone, so I hope I didn't worry you at all.
No worries. Rain or shine, we were coming out today. No problem.
That was definitely the vibe I got from you. Now, obviously, great turnout here today. How about donations and everything like that, if things started to kick up a little bit?
Yeah, we're so far, as of today, we're probably around $7,000, $8,000. So after a party and stuff, I think we're gonna hit, I'm estimating about $12,000 to $15,000 from this event. So it's great. Everything just goes right back to the research. It's awesome.
That's perfect. There's all for a great cause, which is amazing. Now, you and I chatted briefly about your friend Nathan Gocke. What's he been up to?
Nathan's hanging out on the beach right now. We're trying to get him in the water, but he's saying surf's not good enough for him.
He said that to me too.
He's a specialist, yes. So it's like, where's Nathan? Let's get him out. Let's get him out. No, it's not good enough for me.
That's what he was saying to me, and I was like, are you sure? And he's like, it's not good. But how about the wave jet? How's that been rocking?
Good. He was out in Malibu recently, and he's catching waves, no problem. He's just cruising right into some perfect waves.
Now, I actually told Nate that one day you, Nate, and myself, the three of us need to go out and surf. But I'm not
Do
good,
it.
so you
Let's
guys
do
need
it.
to kind of bear.
Doesn't matter.
I'm the comic relief. Are you cool with that?
Nathan will take care of all of us.
You heard it, everybody. Brendan's saying Nathan's
Nathan.
going to take care of all
Yep.
of us. Well, I have to say it's a pleasure speaking with you as always, and thank you
awesome.
so much for
Yeah,
having
thank
us
you.
again. And everybody, that was a really awkward handshake. Partially on that's my fault here. I'll take responsibility since I am the host. Anyways, Brittani Johnson had a chance to sit down with Nathan. Take a look.
Nathan Gocke knew from the moment he rode his first wave that surfing isn't something you do, it's who you are.
Knowing that there's a door open to the rest of the world, that I'm not locked in. Surfing really took me by surprise. I didn't realize, how great it would be and how much of a life it would actually turn out to be. And sometimes there's things that are addictive that we do. I think surfing is more like a sickness. It's something that's just in you, and that's it. You can't get rid of it.
On March 29th, 2008, Nathan found out just how much surfing would change his life.
I got on this little 3-footer, like about 30 feet from shore, dropped in on it, slipped off my board, just went over the falls, and tried to tuck and roll, protect my neck. But it took me in the washing machine, I didn't know what up and down was, and all of a sudden it's just a big slam. All my weight was straight on top of my head, snapped my C6 vertebrae, and right at that second I knew, this time I didn't get away from, the danger, Of all the times I've cheated death, this was the one that got me.
Throughout physical therapy, the only thing on Nathan's mind was getting back in the water, and that is exactly what he did.
So I have what's called a wave jet, and it's a portable pod that you can slip into a surfboard if it's shaped right. And it's got a little wrist controller, which is the on-off switch, wireless. You push that, the jets turn on, and it starts paddling me into a wave. You go in the water and you catch a wave, it makes your whole day. Just one wave will make the whole day. If you're out there for hours and hours, just one, and you're like, I'm set.
Thanks for that amazing story, Brittani. All right, everybody, it's time for me to reapply my sunscreen. When we come back, reporter Scott Cook joins me on cam as we tell you more inspirational stories from the people that make this day so special. Don't even think about getting off the couch.
Did you find it? Elbows up.
We taught him how to hit a baseball,
Just like that. Set high!
how to hit a receiver,
Nice.
the strike zone, the net. You taught him how to hit the upper corner. You even taught him how to hit the open man. But how much time have you spent teaching him what not to hit?
Welcome back, everybody. Hit me up on Twitter. That's at Collin Kushner with any cool pics and video, which you send will make the show. So we're kicking it at Torrance Beach, and it's just over a mile in length, but it's been the perfect spot to help raise money to fight pediatric cancer. Now we're joined by the man, the myth, the tallest dude I know, Mr. Scott Cook. Scott, what's happening, buddy? Good to
Not a
see
lot,
ya.
Colin. Another day in paradise, man.
Scott says another day in paradise. He's from Newport Beach, so he obviously has some familiarity with the sand, but you did wear shoes and you didn't bring swim trunks. What are you thinking, Scott?
Obviously, I didn't have the thinking cap on this morning, Colin. It was a little early for me, and, well, you know how those things go.
Scott's obviously not a morning guy, but I'm going to push him in the water. We'll wake him up. We'll change things for him. But anyways, back to surfing for Akira. Scott, this is your first time here.
It is my first time here, and it's been a lot of fun so far. There's a ton of surfers out in the water. It's good to see. I'm sure they're raising a lot of money out there, too.
Absolutely. Now, you had a chance to catch up with one of the founders, Adele Luttrell. It must have been nice to catch up with her.
It was good to catch up with Adele. She filled me in on the whole background story behind this great event, and it was really interesting. Let's go take a look.
Adele Luttrell is a family therapist, an avid surfer, and one of the masterminds behind the Surfing for a Cure event. The inaugural Surfing for a Cure event was held back in 2012, but the seeds for this great cause were planted way back in 1996 when Adele's son Joey was diagnosed with cancer.
He had a sarcoma of the kidney and had to have his kidney removed, radiation and chemotherapy, and it opened our eyes to a whole nother world.
Joey is now cancer-free, but that scary period in his life was a very eye-opening experience for his mother Adele, who wanted to raise awareness for other children going through similar battles. In the early 2000s, Adele and her family participated in Torrance's Relay for Life events, and Adele encouraged her surfing community to participate in these events as well.
I recruited surfers to come out and do the relay. And it was interesting, they did show up, but it was on their time because everything depended on the surf. So it was kind of fun, but I thought, wow, I wonder if they have a surf event similar to this. And just kind of thought about it, thought it would be a good idea.
A few years later, Jack Witherspoon, son of a Torrance surfer, John Witherspoon, had a relapse of leukemia. Jack's relapse touched Adele's heart, so Adele organized something amongst Torrance's surf community to show support for Jack and his family.
So we sent out an email, and there popped Brendan Simmons, who is the other person that started Surfing for a Cure with me, and he had a gift basket to give to Jack and his family. But then other people started showing up at my house with gift cards, toys, and it was just so touching. We had this beautiful gift basket and we were able to present it to Jack and his family. And then Brendan and I got to talking, and he said, I really would love to do a fundraiser to raise money for cancer research. And I just don't have any ideas. And I said, I have an idea. And that's how it got started. We just went to work, and in 2012 we launched our first Surfing for a Cure.
Since then, Surfing for a Cure has grown every year, and it's not just local surfers who come to support the cause.
We have had some pros show up. We've had Alex Gray, Reef McIntosh, Mary Osborne came out.
Adele knows firsthand that the compassion her surfing community shows helps cancer patients and their families get through some of the tougher times. She hopes that Surfing for a Cure continues to grow and continues to raise money and awareness for pediatric cancer. From Miramar Park, I'm Scott Cook with the Sports Desk.
Thanks for that story, Scott. Now, Adele Luttrell, she's a wonderful lady, and you had a chance to sit down with her, so you got to see it firsthand.
I did. You know, Adele's a real cool lady, a real good surfer too, might I add. You know, she gave me a few pointers, but I wasn't quite able to throw them all together on my board.
Well, Scott, you're from Newport Beach. You don't know how to surf?
You know, I do know how to surf, but it's been a while since I busted out the old board, so.
Well, you didn't say a wee one this time. That's good. But to be honest with you, you don't wear shoes in the water, do you?
No, I usually leave those on the shore, but, you know, every now and then, I'll bring in those squishy shoes.
And you actually come with your swim trunks, right? So you actually come equipped, except for today.
Except for today, that's right. You know, most times I bring my board, I bring a wetsuit, and I don't bring the shoes, but today I had that backwards.
Scott, cracking me up as always. So we're hanging out on the beach, and I'm not gonna lie, we've been here for a couple hours. I'm starving, and I did learn how to cook back in college, but I was so bad, I almost burned down my apartment complex. Scott, this next story that you did involves food.
It does involve food. Although we're a sports show, I got to interview a chef. And you heard Adele mention this kid in the last segment. His name's Jack Witherspoon. He's beat leukemia 3 different times, Collin. And not only that, he's published his own cookbook, all at the age of 15. Pretty amazing story. I think we should check it out.
This is Jack Witherspoon. If you don't know Jack, he seems like your average 15-year-old kid. Happy, healthy, and full of life. But Jack's life has been far from normal. Behind the blonde hair and the big smile, there is an incredible story. When he was just 2 years old, Jack was diagnosed with leukemia. He underwent chemotherapy and defeated the cancer, but when he was 6 years old, he relapsed and his leukemia came back. Once again, Jack underwent chemotherapy, and on his road to recovery, he found a new hobby, a hobby that helped him get through the toughest of days.
I found the Food Network and all the cooking shows, and I really fell in love with cooking and the idea of creating new recipes. And during those times when I was in the hospital, I couldn't hang out with my friends, I couldn't do sports, I wasn't at school. But I could always cook, and it was always something that when I would be bored and laying in my bed, I would think of new recipes, think of new ideas for a dish, and it was something that really got me through a lot of hard times.
A few years after defeating leukemia for the second time, the unthinkable happened. Jack relapsed again when he was 11, and this time he had to receive a bone marrow transplant on top of chemotherapy. Doctors were very uncertain about his chances to survive, but like he had done before, Jack fought the disease, and again he defeated it. During his relapses with leukemia, Jack's therapeutic hobby of cooking became something more. He authored an inspirational cookbook of all of his favorite recipes. The book, called Twisted Up, is available to buy. All of the proceeds go to hospital charities and pediatric cancer research. Jack's cookbook and his incredible story garnered some national attention. It also garnered him a whole lot of TV time.
I've been on Tonight Show, I've been on the Home and Family Show, I've been on the Queen Latifah Show, I've been on the Murray Osmond Show, I've been on the Rachel Ray Show, I've been on the Rachel vs. Guy Kids Cook-Off, and it's just been amazing.
As if publishing a cookbook and being a minor celebrity isn't enough, Jack is also the face of numerous different charities and has helped raise well over $150,000 for cancer research. He says he hopes his book inspires others battling life-threatening diseases to realize that they can still accomplish everything they've ever dreamed of. It's been 4 years now since Jack's bone marrow transplant, and his life is finally starting to look more like that of a normal 15-year-old.
It's just been quite the road to recovery, but now I'm 100% and I'm living a normal kid's life with the exceptions of cooking and doing all this stuff.
Now, did Chef Jack whip up anything special for you?
No, Chef Jack didn't get to cook for me, but I did receive a copy of his cookbook, and he did sign that for me, so that's pretty cool.
That's awesome. Now, what's his specialty? What's his forte? Is there like one dish that he enjoys making more than the other?
Well, Jack makes a lot of delicious dishes, and one of his favorites is a turkey meatloaf. Now, Jack likes to twist things up when he's in the kitchen. That's his catchphrase in the name of his book, Twisted Up. And Jack likes to throw in a bunch of spices, his own personal flair on his dishes, and everything he makes is pretty delicious. So I'm definitely going to put those skills to use next time I'm in the kitchen.
Well, Scott, now I'm hungry. Thanks so much for joining us at Torrance Beach for the 4th annual Surfing for a Cure Surf Relay. Always a pleasure having you with me.
Pleasure to be out here, my friend.
Well, anyway, Scott and I obviously could use some sun. When we come back, reporter Brittani Johnson gives us some surf tips. Plus, I hop back in the water myself. Get your popcorn ready.
I like to eat apples and bananas. I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
1 in 5 children struggles with hunger in America. Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Welcome back, everybody. Hit me up on Instagram. That's the SportsDesk TV for any cool pics and video from your South Bay sports scene and a behind-the-scenes look at the show. So we've gotten you covered on anything and everything you need to know about the 4th annual Surfing for a Cure Surf Relay. Now, let's send it out to Brittani Johnson, who gives us some tips before you hit the waves.
Surfing has to be one of the most exhilarating hobbies and workouts one can do, but there are a few steps one should take before hitting the waves. So let's go. All right, so we're here with Tyler TRAFAS, who is the creator of One Wave Surf. Now tell us how you got this company started.
Well, I've been working on surfboards and teaching people how to surf for going on a decade now. But about 5 years ago, my life took an interesting direction, and I decided that really I just wanted to spend my time in the water and with great people.
So the reason why I'm here is because I'm a beginner surfer. So what are a few things that beginner surfers should know before they actually hit the waves?
To become a confident surfer, what we teach is foundation up. We teach you the necessary skills from the beginning that are going to help build you into an independent surfer, such as the most basic thing, how to carry and manage your board properly in and out of the water. how to paddle properly with proper paddle form, and how to sit and sit turn your board right off the bat.
Okay, well, why don't we start with showing me how to properly hold a board, because those things are bigger than I am.
Yeah, they are.
Okay, let's go.
So the way to properly carry your longboard is under your strong arm, fin facing in.
Okay, let me try this.
That was really good. You're gonna point your nose exactly in the direction you want to be going at all times.
What's next?
Well, never ever forget to put your sunscreen on before going in the water.
Okay, so are we ready to surf now?
Well, the last thing, and by that I mean really the last thing, is your leash, your leg rope. And that's what you put on to attach you to your board right before you're gonna go surfing. Believe it or not, I've actually seen people walk from the parking lot all the way to the sand wearing their leash on their ankle already.
Okay, so you only put it on right before you're getting in the water.
Right before you're ready to go surfing.
All right, so are we ready to work out now?
Let's do it.
Okay, let's go.
Big deep breath, sun salute. Exhale, bend forward, touch your toes. Exhale, bend forward, touch your toes. And we're ready for laying positions. Why don't we do those on the surfboard?
Okay, that sounds great.
So as we're paddling, what's that magic word?
Pop.
Pop. We're paddling along, the wave comes, you hear the word pop, hands are in plank, foot to center line, surf position.
Okay, well, thanks for the amazing lesson. I think we're ready to get in the water. What do you say?
Well, first let's get you suited up.
All right, that sounds good. Brittani Johnson here for the Sports Desk, and I am stoked. Let's go.
So Brittani gave us some surf tips from the sand. For all you viewers, last year I actually went in the water and tried to surf. It didn't work out very well, so I figured, let's go give it another try. Thanks for teaching me how to surf again, Juan. Still the worst teacher ever. I'm totally kidding. Anyways, last year I took a walk along Torrance Beach, messed with some beachgoers, and guess what? That's exactly what I'm going to do right now. Take a look. You saw me out there. How did I do? We went in the water together. How did I look out there?
You look like a pro. I think you're ready.
I look like a pro. You think I'm ready? Come on, tell me how you really feel.
No, maybe a little more work, but you did good. You tried.
I like to say I'm like a beached whale out there.
You did a good job, and my friend Laura caught her first wave today, and she's 50.
I mean, Collin, you just look awkward out there, man. You got to spend a little more time on the board, a little less time on the sand, although you could use tan too.
If you just stay indoors all day, you won't get hurt, but we like to have a good time.
And now you know why I'm so white. You know, it's the first time actually being out in the sun in probably like a couple.
No, they have self-tanner.
What else can I work on? Give me some little things I need to work on, you know, with my surf game, so to speak.
Getting rid of the white on the shoulders. A little more tan.
How do I do that? Adele said I should go to a tanning bed. What do you?
There you go. Listen to Adele. She knows.
No. Is it all shouldies? All shouldies?
All shouldies. So, you know, next time you're in the gym, get those lats, man.
And I was like, Brendan, I really want to go out and surf. The waves, he's like, oh, you know, the waves are not going to be that big, so it's not going to be that good. I was like, no, that's perfect, because I'm more of a liability of anything out there. Was I more of a liability from what you saw?
I heard that that word mentioned a few times, and I might agree.
You might agree?
No.
So that's why you stayed so far away from me, because you knew, you're like, okay, this guy doesn't know what he's doing. He's like a white fish out of water. So.
No, I was just worried that you were going to take my waves.
That was the whole plan. My entire plan was like, that girl Stephanie, I'm going to take her waves, and yeah, so mission accomplished. And you know, when you told me that there were no waves, I got really excited because I knew that I would actually make it through the surfing journey with you guys. Because if it was anything bigger than knee high, I don't even want to talk about it.
I do like at one point you're paddling out and you're like, what do I do now as the wave's coming?
What am I supposed to do?
Just get out there.
So are you saying there's a chance that you guys will come back out in the water with me in the future?
Yeah, maybe next year.
Well, everybody, that wraps it up here from Torrance Beach. The 4th annual Surfing for a Cure Surf Relay is in the books. We told you the inspirational stories from the people that make this day possible, and I even surfed again. I have my girlfriend Wavestorm with me. She's a little bit taller, but that's okay. We made it out alive. Take it easy, Torrance. We'll catch you next time.